what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and one of the things I've talked about for a long time has been the damn Snyder Cut. I have been full on supporting of this thing now for well over 2 years. I do need to sit down and do like a comprehensive video timeline of how WB screwed Zack Snyder, even though he's been a team player since he first started working with them back in 2007 with 300. He has always been a team player with them. And I'm going to tell you exactly why he's a team player. I'm going to show you exactly how much money he's made for Warner Brothers and how ultimately I think the story that we're going to talk about today is kind of crap. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's kind of crap. I don't believe it's real. I don't believe it's sourced properly. And I think it's a lot of it is just made up malarkey. But that could also be my own bias, and I'll fully admit it could be my own bias. Now, popping up here, and I'm shuddering as I bring this, but anyway, according to Cosmic Book News here, and they sourced it from another website, but it is what it is. They said here that the Snyder Cut said to not be happening. Warner Brothers mad at Zack Snyder. Yeah, that's right. Warner Brothers is mad at Zack. Probably not. You know what I mean? Probably not. Like, he's been Warner's had a lot of issues with Zack, probably, but they've always been a loyal studio to people who are loyal to them. And Zack is an absolute team player, but it could potentially be right now that he is flexing that muscle a little bit, and that could be perhaps the source of this. But again, I don't believe what we're about ready to read here. So it's saying it's claimed that the Snyder Cut is not happening at Warner Brothers because it's mad at Zack Snyder and won't ever again be working with Zack. It won't ever again. This is Hollywood. All right. Roman Polanski fled the country after being convicted of, doing bad things to a 13-year-old in Jack Nicholson's hot tub. Okay. Still makes movies, still makes awards. People still distribute the films, no. Okay. No, no. Hollywood doesn't work that way. Follow the money. Always follow the money. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you the money here in a second. Now, a website, I love that they don't say which website too. I love how they don't actually source it. A website claims that insiders have filled them in that Warner Brothers has no plans to release the Snyder Cut in any form, including HBO Max. There's been rumors. I covered them from Mikey Sutton a while back, saying that HBO Max is currently where they are looking to put the Snyder Cut. And then I just heard recently that they're in the processes of finishing up, signing the contracts for it, signing the deal for it, and then going from there. Maybe not. Again, there's a couple things that kind of corroborate that. Zack Snyder doing the 4-year release live stream of BVS Ultimate Edition, giving everyone the background of it, giving everyone the background of the movie, like a complete director's commentary, which was cool to watch, as well as that last little line there about wouldn't it be cool if they made a sequel to this movie? That would be great, right? Those people are supposed to team up, and then it freezes. That was entirely Snyder throwing some shade, but that was done on purpose because nothing in Hollywood is ever done really accidental. Not when you're talking about multi-hundred-million-dollar budgeted films where billions, and I mean this, literally billions of dollars are on the line. Nothing is not negotiation or politics. Nothing at all, period, is never just willy-nilly. And not when you're talking about it from Snyder's perspective. Now, then they go on to say here that this is where I think it's crap. It's claimed that Snyder did have a meeting with Warner Brothers and that Snyder requested $20 million to complete filming and to finish the movie, and that Warner's turned him down. Okay, let's back a little bit up on this one here. Why would Warner's turn him down? Right? Now, well, actually, they do mention that in the next sentence, so let's bring that up. It says here that it's further said that Warner's isn't happy at all with how Snyder keeps promoting the release of the Snyder Cut on social media and through certain film websites, that WB doesn't like being bullied into spending more money or releasing the film. It also says, considered that Warner Brothers says all the Snyder Cut fans are just noise, and that each time the Snyder Cut trends on Twitter, it makes WB less likely to release the movie. Now, if I don't know about you, but that sounds like gaslighting, if we're going to use that particular terminology. And there's things to be said about the source of this article and gaslighting. So there is that. Personal experience. What can I say? However, in this particular regard, let's break it down. Fine. Zack had a meeting with them. That much I do very much believe. And if he said $20 million to go in and finish it, that's nothing. That's absolute peanuts. Peanuts to finish this movie. Why is that? Why is it peanuts? Well, for one, we've heard it estimated before that it would be 40 million. That was the estimate, right? 40 million to finish the score, to finish the visual work, to reshoot what needs to be reshot, things along those lines. 40%, or 40 million is what we've been hearing. Again, no speculation, or no actual information, all speculation, all rumor. Take it with a grain of absolute salt. However, this is half that. And people were scoffing at 40 million. Well, if 40 million is too high for you, then 20 million shouldn't be much of a problem. And the reason why it's not a problem, Warner Brothers, generally speaking, has the largest market share of most years. I think Disney beat them out in 2019, but Warner's puts out the most amount of movies every single year. They put out tons and tons and tons of flicks, and they dominate the market through like the main company and their subsidiaries. They've got the money. 20 million ain't an issue. Now, AT&T, this is where it gets interesting. AT&T just bought Time Warner. AT&T is pushing for HBO Max. We know that Greg Berlanti, who started the Arrowverse on CW, has also gone on to do Titans and Doom Patrol over on DC Universe. And he's going to be doing a Green Lantern show and a litany of other DC-related properties on HBO Max. What does that mean? It means DC Universe is dead. It's dead. We know it's dead. They just haven't killed it yet. They're going to move Harley Quinn over there. By the way, watch Harley Quinn. That show is amazing. That's what they're going to do. They're moving it to HBO Max because it just makes the most amount of sense. People are going to go over there for what, $15 a month and get all that Warner Brothers content, of which there's so much content because it includes HBO. Then what's Warner's going to do right now, because the theaters aren't open? They're going to invest money into films specifically for HBO Max. Look at Netflix. $15 billion they're spending on original content for Netflix this year. That's double almost from last year. $15 billion. HBO Max, now that it's run, or there's going to be Warner's, now that it's run by a telecommunications conglomerate, is also going to be in the business of spending money to get people to pay for subscriptions. $20 million to spend to finish a movie, to complete a trilogy, to complete an arc that fans have been demanding, is a good first step. An absolute fantastic, amazing, moralizing first step. It shows commitment to the brand. Now, the person who should be behind this the most, and this might be where we need to get ourselves a little bit, a little bit activism-y on Twitter, would be J.J. Abrams. Him coming with that $250 million deal and rumored to work on DC stuff, might actually be in a position right now to help out Snyder. And honestly, I think if the rumors are true about Disney kind of kneecapping J.J. Abrams in regards to the length and what we saw in The Rise of Skywalker, perhaps he might be a little bit on the, on that side of wanting to use his influence to try to get the Snyder Cut released or finished. But a $20 million investment for a movie that's already come and gone and earned all the money it's going to earn, and you have the opportunity to then set people on a subscription service to pay more money, it's such a minimal investment. It is an absolute minimal investment, and one that Warner's would be legitimately dumb. Like, we're talking Corky from Life Goes On dumb. That is how dumb they would be if they don't actually do this. And that's one of the reasons why, looking at this article, I think to myself, yeah, okay, I don't really believe it, because none of the ancillary information makes any bit of sense. Now, if Kevin Tushihara was still in charge of Warner Brothers, I could give it maybe a little bit of credit. All right, maybe Walter Hamada ain't that big of a fan at it, but they got a new CEO, and she's been inundated. The new head of Warner Media has liked tweets on Twitter with hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder have all talked about it. Subway has tweeted about release the Snyder Cut. We've seen it pop up. It's become a meme, but it's also gained so much support. So much support it's gained over the span of the last couple of years because of all the activism, people raising money for suicide awareness, all of the stuff that it's done. All of the stuff that it's done, 100% has been to the benefit of the brand of that movie. It would be just infinitely good PR. Not from the critics, because the critics would be like, oh my God, you're listening to fans, you're capitulating to the fans. Whatever, dude. Sonic did it. Was estimated for a $30 million opening weekend, pulled in well over 70. All right. Like Sonic did it, and people listened, and they spent their money. They voted with their wallets. Warner's is in the same boat. Now let me tell you exactly why. Now that I'm off my little soapbox, my little tirade here, let me tell you. Let me show you why this would be a good idea. All right, so this is Zack Snyder's the numbers page here. Okay, I do apologize. There we go. That's why it's the mobile version. There we go. This should be better here. There we go. There we go. Stupid mobile version. Anyway, this is Zack Snyder's page on the numbers. And what we can see here is everything that he's done. We can, we can look at the movies that he's worked on here. We can see his director credit. So let's look at the movies that he's done here and seen how much they've done, right? Justice League, 655 million worldwide. BVS, 873. Man of Steel, 667. Sucker Punch did not do very well, but the director's cut's a lot better. But then, he does modest across the board. But the key here, at the very bottom, $3.171 billion he has made. Okay, and if you subtract out Dawn of the Dead from 2004, which was a Universal release, that is still $3 billion that he has made overall for Warner Brothers, because every one of these movies is a Warner Brothers film. Justice League, BVS, Man of Steel, Sucker Punch, Legend of the Guardians, Watchmen, 300. Those are all Warner Brothers properties. $3 billion he has earned them, and he's asking for $20 million, and they're telling him no? No, not at all, man. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Not one damn bit. Because my sources, who I've talked to, which case would be Mikey Sutton, I'll give his name, because, he said they're still working on it. I asked him about it yesterday. Again, take it with a grain of salt. That's all you have to do. But it doesn't, and none of the data backs up. None of the data backs it up. We know that there's a work print copy. We know that they shot it. He wants to do a little bit more. He's looking for 20 million. 20 million is pennies. Pennies in the long run. Look, in the first, the first few months of Disney Plus being out, first 4 months of Disney Plus being out, 4 or 5 months, 50 million active monthly subscribers at $7 a month. That is $350 million a month that they are bringing in. That's not profit, but that's definitely the gross. Right? That's the net. Sorry, that's the net, not the gross. That's the net. They're pulling in $350 million a month. And it's only going to get more because of the pandemic. Right now, HBO Max has got to drop. They drop with all that Warner Brothers content, dude, they'll get that $50 million. If the price point is worth it. All the HBO Now people are going to jump right over to HBO Max. They're going to do all that. They're going to jump over, pay that premium, get on in. And that's going to, again, they're going to be making a lot of money at $15 a month or $15.99 a month. It's over double the amount of Disney Plus. Give it time. It gets to 50 million paid subscribers. Then you're looking at like 700 million a month. And if it's an actual competitor right now, that could jump up. It can go anywhere. It could go over $1 billion a month. They could learn. And in the early phases of that, by trying to establish a solid relationship with the DC fan base, which is what they want to rely on heavily, just like Disney's going to be relying on Marvel content heavily. $20 million is nothing. It is legitimately nothing. It is drops in the bucket. Pay the money, finish the movie, release it. I don't believe any of this crap about the trolls are just noise, that they don't like Zack Snyder because he's fucking he's putting some pressure on. No, that pressure is negotiations. That pressure is politics. That pressure is making sure his vision gets out there because he's got the backing of the people. And if he's only asking for 20 million, hell, they released the Deadpool footage, got leaked online. Fox saw the pressure coming at them because everybody wanted it. And they said, we'll give you 55 million. We'll give you 55 million, see what happens. 20 million ain't shit. I don't buy that article. I don't buy that source. I don't buy that nonsense. Nothing about it makes sense, especially if you pay the hell attention. If you pay the hell attention and you follow the money, always follow the money. That's what happens. Anyway, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. Let me know down in the comments. If you made it this far, do me a favor and type release the Snyder Cut in the comments. That way I know. Don't hashtag it because that's just going to get caught in the spam filter. I'll definitely approve them. And be sure to like and comment and share. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Hey, would you like more $3 Theater goodness? Well, head on over to twitch.tv/$3 Theater for the Hollywood After Dark live stream, taking place most nights at about 10 or 10:30 p.m., where you're going to get great bits like this. But Dan Scanlon, who did Onward, also did Monsters University. And what I love about that movie is I feel it captures the essence of what the 1980s college movies were. Like, if you were to go ask him, what was your influence for Monsters University, he would tell you Revenge of the Nerds. Without he would tell you that. because that's right, folks. Twitch.tv/$3 Theater. See y'all there. Have yourself a great day and peace out.